The Gubrist Tunnel is a place a lot of us know as one where Swiss precision meets all the mess of daily travel. Wait, what's all the fuss about the tunnel now? We're definitely about to find out now. Located on the Zurich Northern Bypass, this masterpiece of engineering connects towns such as Wien and Regensdorf, which makes it a whole lifeline for one of Switzerland's busiest traffic arteries. You wouldn't believe the number of vehicles that commute through the tube every day. Over 107,000 vehicles pass through this tube every single day, which is pretty clear that calling it a vital part of the A1-A4 motorway system is not an exaggeration at all. And while traffic jams might seem like an unavoidable reality there, April 2023 has finally brought a game-changer, guys. Wait for it. The opening of a brand new state-of-the-art third tube. Much needed, we must say. We'd be digging into the story of this tunnel, just like it was dug. It was in this very place where record-breaking engineering, a hefty 565 million Swiss franc budget, and more than a touch of Swiss ingenuity were all put together. The original Gubrist Tunnel, a throwback. It's not only important but also incredibly interesting to know the roots of a monument. Some of them may be of incredible sentimental value, some may just have a catchy story behind them, and some none at all. Let's travel back in time to 1985 when the original two-tube Gubrist Tunnel had just made it to the surface. The day it was inaugurated, mind you, back then Zurich's traffic wasn't the monster it is today. Two tubes with 2 lanes each seemed like more than enough for all vehicles to get by through the tubes without too much congestion. Fast forward nearly 40 years, and those same tubes are groaning almost as if it's crying for help because of the inability to handle the underweight of increasing vehicle numbers. With rush hour traffic resembling a mobile parking lot, an upgrade was long overdue, an upgrade that definitely came up with indeed. The third tube, which stretches as long as 3,309.8 meters, was designed to ease congestion and future-proof this route of incredible importance. And oh boy, did it deliver? Not only is it Switzerland's largest diameter tunnel at nearly 16 meters, but it's also packed with the most insane cutting-edge tech. Getting a little too excited, are we? But before we get into the more interesting details, a gentle reminder to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. The space that makes engineers swoon. By now, you must have understood how this is not just another average tunnel. This is the Formula One of tunnels. And what makes it the Formula One of tunnels is exactly what we're getting into next. Well, a lot of times we've been told how size doesn't matter, but we must say this does not apply to our third tube here. The third tube's enormous diameter of 16 meters makes it the largest of its kind in Switzerland. It's so big you could probably host a grand get-together in there, but we wouldn't lie, that wouldn't be the best thing to recommend. Another thing that we have already come to understand is how much of an upgrade having 3 tubes instead of 2 is. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that these tubes are ventilation with a brain. Why? You might wonder, only because smoke extraction vents are placed every 100 meters just to make sure even in the event of a fire, the air remains breathable. If that is if the Swiss said, if you're building a tunnel, it's going to be safer than your living room. And they did exactly that. Now onto the speed limit. Drivers can cruise at a maximum of 100 kilometers an hour. While that might sound tame, Swiss drivers know way better than to mess with precision-engineered speed limits. Not to sound like a parent, but that's definitely one thing to learn from them for sure. How it all came together. Here is one of the very interesting parts. Building a tunnel under a bustling motorway is no small feat. The project began in November 2017, and we have to say, the construction wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Putting together an enormous tunnel of this size is definitely going to require navigating geological challenges, working in close proximity to existing tubes in perfect coordination within a massive workforce. Like we said, this ain't no easy task at all. The engineers relied on building information modeling (BIM) to plan every single detail of the tunnel. One way to understand this is by thinking of it as the Swiss Army knife of project management. They're very easily a tool for solving problems before they even happen. One highlight that is definitely worth mentioning is the 2-shell design. An outer layer of shotcrete for strength and an inner concrete shell for durability and water drainage. Combine those two together, they form a structure that's built to last. even as it supports hundreds of tons of earth and thousands of vehicles daily. Fascinating, isn't it? Inside the tunnel, a tech wonderland. Like we said before, this isn't your average tunnel. It's nothing less than extraordinary. Speaking of which, what's a tunnel without gadgets? The third tube comes equipped with a fiber optic network that powers everything from lightning to fire detection. Want real-time traffic data? Done. Need emergency signals? They're there. This tunnel doesn't just stand still. It speaks, monitors, and adjusts. It's almost as if it's a loving tunnel that knows how to take care of itself. If that wasn't enough to fascinate you, wait until you get a load of what we're about to tell you next. The lighting system uses energy-efficient LEDs to ensure visibility without that guzzling electricity we tend to see in a lot of other places. Ventilation systems automatically adjust to the number of vehicles in the tunnel, and to make things even more economical, the fire suppression system includes hydrants and extinguishing lines running the entire length. It's so well prepared that you'd feel safer in this tunnel than a Swiss bank vault. And you and I both know that the Swiss bank vaults have some insane amount of security. The numbers behind the magic. Let's crunch some figures. How could we stop ourselves from talking about this tunnel's insane dimension? The Gubrist Tunnel stretches an impressive 3,309.8 meters, making it a critical part of Zurich's northern bypass. Constructing the third tube came at a cost of 565 million Swiss francs. Hats off to the commitment for the country and its workers to high-quality infrastructure. Handling a whopping 107,000 vehicles daily, the tunnel plays an incredible vital role in reducing traffic congestion. Meanwhile, the two older tubes dating back to 1985 are undergoing extensive renovations set to be completed by 2027, ensuring that this key traffic artery remains efficient and reliable for decades to come. We wouldn't want old twins to feel left out now, would we? Now, there are a few bits of environmental factors to take into consideration. Swiss engineering isn't just about efficiency, it's about sustainability. The Gubrist Tunnel's third tube was designed with the environment in mind. Energy-efficient systems do an incredible job of minimizing electricity consumption, and careful planning ensures that the surrounding ecosystem remains undisturbed during construction. It's not just a tunnel, it's more like a proof. Proof that even heavy infrastructure projects can aim for a much greener future. The commuter's perspective. Let's be honest here, no one really likes driving through tunnels, except, well, kids. But otherwise, they're mostly just dark, cramped, and often stressful. But this tunnel is surely on a mission to change that narrative. With its spacious design, intelligent systems, and smooth lanes, it transforms the experience from a nightmare into something, dare we say, pleasant. Hell yes! Drivers report that traffic flows more smoothly than ever, with fewer bottlenecks during peak hours. And while the occasional traffic jam still occurs, this is Zurich. After all, it's nothing compared to the chaos of pre-2023 commuting. Okay, now here's the big question. What is in for this tunnel when it comes to the future? Was it all smooth sailing? Absolutely not. Engineers face significant challenges, from unexpected geological conditions to ensuring worker safety in a high-traffic area. But overcoming these obstacles is what makes this project an absolute success. Looking ahead, the Swiss Federal Roads Office ASTRA has some really massive and exciting plans. By 2027, the two older tubes will be fully renovated, creating a trio of tunnels that can handle Zurich's growing traffic needs well into the future. The Gubrist Tunnel isn't just your average tunnel overcoming traffic. It's more about connectivity. It's a lifeline for commuters and a great example of a critical link in Switzerland's infrastructure. It also gets us to think how incredible engineering is. It proves that even in a world of increasing demands, innovation can rise to meet the challenges. Now, before we wrap up, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It's faster than navigating Zurich's old two-tube system during rush hour, and it helps us bring you more fascinating stories. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Gubrist Tunnel, you won't want to miss our other fascinating $1 billion museum. Dive into the world of art, culture, and groundbreaking architecture. It's a journey you don't want to miss. Stay tuned and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be the first to know when it's live.